It's one of the big ones for the Australian fans here at ringside. Adonis Stevenson to fight Jarrod Fletcher of Australia in the final of the middleweight class. It should be a beauty. 75 kilo maximum. It was a class in Manchester in 2002 that Australia also won gold. Paul Miller, Mr. Magic, who had competed in Sydney. He had a 20-14 points victory over Stephen Birch of England. And Miller was Australia's first middleweight gold medalist since 1978. Barry Michael, how do you sum up his chances here against the big man on screen from Canada?
Well, Adonis Stevenson, he's undoubtedly an Adonis. He's got an incredible physique for a middleweight, and he's a southpaw, and he's been a very clever boxer so far. But Jarrod Fletcher's impressed me. His last opponent was James DeGale from England, and he was a southpaw, and Fletcher boxed well against the southpaw there. I think he's in with a very strong chance, Jarrod Fletcher, but this man on screen has certainly been performing well.
Referee Giorgio Bonoli from England. In the middleweight final, judges from South Africa, Northern Ireland, Egypt, Singapore and Malaysia who will be scoring the fight. It's the final of the middleweight division. Jarrod Fletcher of Australia against Adonis Stevenson from Canada.
Adonis Stevenson, as I said, look at the physique on the man. He's a very strong, big middleweight and very fast hands. But I reckon as Jarrod Fletcher off to a good start there, attacking well. He needs to land his right hand like he did there against his southpaw opponent and move to the left, keep away from the power in the left hand of the big southpaw from Canada, Adonis Stevenson. Oh, Stevenson looking strong there. But the Australian a point up here in the first round. He's got to keep moving, and he's got to land that right down the middle against his southpaw opponent.
Stevenson with the height advantage, but both came in at the weight limit of 75 kilos.
Yeah, he's a big middleweight, Stevenson. Certainly very well built, very well built indeed. There's the right hand. That's the punch for a southpaw. Straight down the middle, straight through past the right jab from the southpaw stance. Yes, very good by Jarrod Fletcher. Off to a good start here. 50 seconds remaining, round one. Fletcher boxing well against his southpaw opponent at this stage.
Stevenson originally from Port-au-Prince in Haiti.
Stevenson needs to keep moving to the left if possible. Like that, away from the power in the big man's left hand. Landing with the right as he did. That was a good body shot from Adonis Stevenson. In one of his previous bouts, he dropped a guy with a left hook to the body.
Shaping up as a high-scoring first round.
Yep. Oh, that was excellent by the Australian middleweight representative, Jarrod Fletcher. And again.
Good combinations from the Aussie close to the end of the first round. Stevenson jabbing out the left from too far away. The end of round one, and the judges, the five of them, have scored at 8-5 in favour of the blue corner, Jarrod Fletcher of Australia. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from round one. Big left hand from the Aussie. And electing to stand during the break between rounds. More of a psych job, Barry, than anything else.
Yep, he's trying to use every advantage he can over his opponent.
Results of Stevenson so far: had a bye in the first round, as did his opponent. Two of those went inside the distance. He beat Chimwemwe Chiyocha on points convincingly in the middle shot there, 31-9.
All these victories have been very dominant for Adonis Stevenson, but then again, Jarrod Fletcher, his first fight was a brilliant performance against Obadiah Sai from Ghana.
Close against DeGale. 17-13.
Yeah, DeGale was a southpaw like Stevenson, and probably favoured to beat the Australian. But we ended up the Australian ended up beating the Englishman DeGale 17-13 in a tough, close fight. But it was boxed very well by Fletcher. He's doing a good job here. He's away to a good lead.
Got the first 2 points of the round.
Oh, the right hand landing perfectly against his southpaw opponent. That's what you need to do against a southpaw.
Make that 3.
Oh, look, he's got Stevenson's measure. You can see it. Unless he gets caught with something big, he's boxing very well.
5 zips so far. to the Australian in this round.
Jarrod Fletcher, 142 amateur bouts, 120 wins. Pretty impressive record for a young bloke.
Well, he really is carrying it right up to the bigger Canadian at the moment.
He sure is. An excellent start to the second round for him. 1 minute remaining, round 2. Got a big lead. He's boxing very well.
7 points to 0, Barry.
Yep.
And a standing count on Stevenson.
He's on his way to gold. Jarrod Fletcher.
Margin of 10 in the contest. Some boxers handle southpaws and some don't, but this is a case of a boxer handling a southpaw with expertise.
Very well. As I said, his performance against James DeGale, the Englishman, who was a southpaw and a very crafty southpaw and would have probably been the favourite in that contest, showed that he knows how to fight a southpaw.
DeGale, we understand, was unhappy about that result.
Yes, I did hear a mate of mine caught up with the British team, and DeGale thought he was a bit unlucky there. But
8-1 in this round.
Fletcher boxing very well.
Good shots by the Australian again, close to the end of the round. He's down!
Yes, that was
Fletcher down!
Big right hook. Still, you've got a 10-point lead. It's a big lead. Got to be careful. Stevenson always dangerous. Ooh.
Certainly shook him up, but there goes the bell for the end of the round. A good round for the Australian, 10-3, but Stevenson, as you said, dangerous. Got the big shot in close to the end of it.
Here we are. There's that right hand from Jarrod Fletcher straight down the middle. Beautiful shot. Well timed against his southpaw opponent. Here we go. Left hand it was. Short left hand right to the point of Fletcher's chin.
I think we should explain for viewers new to amateur boxing, Barry, the scoring is different to the professionals.
Yep.
And knockdown won't give him the round.
1 punch, 1 point. The knockdown is just scored as 1 point, even with an 8 count. In professional boxing, you win the round immediately with a knockdown, either 10-8 or 5-3. But Jarrod Fletcher's got to watch that left hand indeed.
Out they come to the third round. Maybe Fletcher has a little bit more respect for Stevenson now after going down in the previous round. He's got to try to outbox him. Stevenson knows that he can get the measure of the Australian in the power stakes, perhaps.
Fletcher, the faster of the two, and using combinations well, landed his right hand on, and again there. He's got the right hand working perfectly against his southpaw opponent. He's got to be careful, though. He's a strong man, this guy. And a pinpoint puncher too, Stevenson. He comes straight down the middle. His punches are very straight and fast as well. 11-point lead to Jarrod Fletcher. Ooh, big uppercut there from Stevenson. The Canadian, I think, already feels as though he needs a knockout. 11 points. It's a long way to come back.
Holding from referee Giorgio Brinoli from England.
Fletcher boxing very defensively this round.
Not surprisingly, perhaps.
Yep, that was good. Good left hand.
And some blood is there on the nose of the Canadian.
Yeah, no wonder. He's been hit by about a dozen classic right hands from Jarrod Fletcher.
Margin is 12, 4-2 to Fletcher in round 3 after being sent to the canvas in the previous stanza.
Yeah, no, I think he's got the Canadian's measure. He just needs to stay on his feet and keep doing what he's doing, and he'll be Australia's first gold in the Commonwealth Games in 2006. Got to be careful.
3/4 of a minute of the round remaining. Stevenson really getting desperate now, trailing by 10. Some big shots coming from Adonis.
Nice left hand from Fletcher.
Nice right hand.
The right hand's been the winner for Fletcher.
Making the Canadian miss.
He needs to. He knows he needs to knock out the Canadian. He's looking for it. Oh, he's strong. Big shot, big body shot and a big head shot there from Stevenson.
10 seconds to go in the round.
Nice right hand again. Jarrod Fletcher appears that he's on his way to gold. He's got one more round after this, but certainly boxing well.
There goes the bell for the end of round 3, and the Australian, a match-winning lead. You'd reckon if he can stay on his feet.
He's got to watch that power of this guy. Look at that. That was a big left hand. That wobble and that body shot. That was a ripper of a body shot. Testament to Jarrod Fletcher's fitness. He took that body shot very well.
Let's go down to the ringside. Over to Stevenson.
And also, Danny, he's only called the 1-2. When he gets there, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Couldn't pick up too much of that, Barry.
No.
I did detect Beto saying keep your hands up. That was about all.
Keep your hands up and box. But this Jarrod Fletcher, the Australian representative in the middleweight division, 75 kilograms. If he stays on his feet, he's going to win the gold medal. He's got to watch the power of the big punching Adonis Stevenson from Canada. Oh, Fletcher caught there.
Comes after him.
Stevenson's been told that he needs a knockout.
He sure does. He trails by 13. 1 point each so far in the round.
It's a big lead to the Aussie. There's the right hand. The right hand's won the contest for him. He's boxed beautifully against a very dangerous southpaw indeed in Adonis Stevenson. Needs to move away from the power in the left hand of the big man.
Those two taking on the gloves. Stevenson trying to land the big shot for a knockout that will give him the contest.
Oh, 1 for 1 there. Beautiful right hand. The right hand won this bout for Jarrod Fletcher.
4 all in the round.
He just needs to be cautious now. Coming up to a minute.
Big right hand again.
The right hand's a winner. Perfect tactics against the southpaw.
Moving around the ring the right way. Stevenson tries to nail him.
Under a minute to go. Adonis Stevenson needs a knockout. He's not going to get it. The Aussie's going to win the middleweight gold.
He's outscoring Stevenson again in this round, 6-4.
Fletcher knows he's got a huge lead now. And he's
30 seconds to go.
He's still throwing that right hand. He's still landing. Adonis Stevenson running out of time. The Aussie being very elusive, still boxing well and landing that right hand. He's hit the Canadian with so many right hands, it's not funny.
He's confident now.
Oh, yeah.
The body language says that he's got it.
10 seconds to the gold medal for the first Australian to win a boxing gold medal here in the Melbourne Commonwealth Games 2006. And there it is. He's got gold.
Crowd counts it down, and Jarrod Fletcher takes the gold from Adonis Stevenson of Canada. He won every round, 8-5, 10-3, 8-5 and 8-5, decisively on points. Jarrod Fletcher outpointing Adonis Stevenson.
He fought a very clever fight against the southpaw. The right hand won him the bout, and the way he moved, it was very good.
Stevenson landing a big left hand there, but he didn't land enough of them.
Oh, very powerful man.
There's the right hand, Barry.
Yeah, that won the bout for Jarrod Fletcher. Timed it to perfection. He copped the big left hand himself there.
Another right.
Came straight back.
And another one.
Oh.
Stevenson's moment of glory came in the second round when the Australian hit the canvas, but we go down to ringside for the official announcement. It is to Jarrod Fletcher on points from Adonis Stevenson of Canada. After Australia won 3 gold in Manchester, and that's our first from Melbourne 2006. That's how the judges scored it, and each round went to the Australian. Dominant in the second round. The paradox of that was, of course, that was when he got sat on his backside.